because it may not show immediately. They should quarantine, they should have a separate place where people coming from that part of the world, China, Taiwan, all those areas, they need to quarantine them, work them for some time, so that on first observation, they may not develop it, but later they develop it because it's in their body. And we know viral infection is a terrible thing, and I pray they don't lock down the whole world again as they did in COVID-19.
In response to Governor Seyi Makinde's alarm about the influx of bandits into Oyo State, security agencies across the southwest have ramped up measures to tackle the security threat. According to a top security chief, the measures include intensified border patrols and enhanced collaboration among the police, Amotekun and military forces in the region. Governor Seyi Makinde had raised the alarm that bandits fleeing military onslaught in the northwest were coming down to Oyo State to take refuge, but gave the assurance that the state government was determined to smoke out and eliminate the bandits. Makinde, who spoke during the closing ceremony of the 2024 base socio-cultural activities and veterans parley of the 655 Nigerian Air Force Station, charged the military to intensify its efforts to combat terrorism, kidnapping, banditry, and other security threats. In its response to Makinde's outcry, the Ondo State Police Command disclosed the ongoing collaboration with Amotekun to secure the state borders, asserting that the police were making all efforts to ensure that the state is safe. In Lagos State, the Commissioner of Police, Olarewaju Shola, expressed confidence that the state security infrastructure disallowed entry of bandits into the state. The Corps Commander, Osun Amotekun Corps, Mr. Adekunle Omayele, said the Amotekun focused on strategic locations, especially border communities with other states, as it gave attention to safeguarding the forest in the state and ensuring that kidnapping and other criminal activities are not allowed to take root in the region. Meanwhile, the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba Land, Chief Gani Adams, has called on governors in the 6 southwest states to be vigilant and address security concerns decisively. The federal government has begun paying retired military personnel their long overdue entitlements after repeated protests by the veterans. The ex-military men who converged on the Ministry of Finance headquarters in Abuja started receiving payment alerts from the protest ground and started leaving the protest site and dismantling the canopies and chairs set up to block the entrance of the ministry. The retirees had barricaded the entrance to the Ministry of Finance in Abuja using canopies and chairs to demand the full payment of their entitlements. This protest followed a similar action in December, during which the retirees shut down the ministry over the government's failure to settle their claims. In response to their December protest, the federal government paid 50% of the owed entitlements and promised to settle the balance. However, shortly before the protesters began receiving their alerts, the chairman of the Military Pension Board, Air Vice Marshal Paul Irumesun, addressed the retirees, confirming that the funds for their entitlements had been transferred to the board. The spokesperson for the Coalition for Concerned Veterans, Abiodun Durowaye Hibat, and another leader of the veteran community, Chief Aliu Umar, confirmed that alerts had started coming through. The military high command has confirmed that 6 soldiers lost their lives during the encounter, while 34 terrorists who had attempted to surprise the troops and retaliate the recent killing of their commander and combatants were eliminated. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, while providing an insight into what transpired between Gari area in Damboa local government area of Borno State, explained that most of the bodies recovered were those of the terrorists. This is in response to the earlier report indicating that 4 days after Boko Haram terrorists overran the military base, many soldiers were still unaccounted for, a development many stakeholders within the security circle described as worrisome. According to Major General Edward Buba, the terrorists were neutralized by the air component of the Operation Hardin Kai, which conducted air interdiction, while another senior military officer said battle damage assessment revealed that several terrorists were killed while their weapons were recovered. Now to sports. The Nigerian Football Federation Executive Committee has approved the appointment of Eric Sekou-Chelle as the new head coach of Nigeria's senior men's national football team, the Super Eagles. The decision followed the recommendation of the NFF's Technical and Development Subcommittee during its meeting held in Abuja. A statement by the NFF, the Executive Committee of Nigeria Football Federation, has endorsed the recommendation of its Technical and Development Subcommittee for the appointment of Mr. Eric Sekou-Chelle as head coach of Nigeria's senior men's national football team, Super Eagles. The NFF Technical and Development Subcommittee recommended the appointment of the former coach of the senior men's national team of Mali as the new head coach of the Super Eagles. At the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations finals in Côte d'Ivoire, Chelle's Mali came very close to a place in the semi-finals, losing to host and eventual winners Côte d'Ivoire 2-1 after extra time, after leaving by a long goal until the final minute of regulation time. The 47-year-old featured for Matix, Valenciennes, Lens, Istres, and Chamois neutrals in France during his playing career. His appointment is with immediate effect, and he has the responsibility of guiding the Super Eagles to earn the tickets to the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals, with the next round of matches days 5 and 6 taking place in March. Now on the foreign scene. A light aircraft has crashed during takeoff at popular tourist destination in Australia, killing 3 people and injuring 3 others. The privately owned Cessna 208 caravan plane crashed into the sea after taking off from Rottnest Island, about 30 kilometers west of Perth, at about 4 p.m. local time. The deceased were a 34-year-old man from Perth, a 65-year-old woman from Switzerland, and a 60-year-old man from Denmark. The crash had occurred in the presence of a large number of tourists, including families with children. During takeoff, the float plane collided with the water before coming to rest partially submerged. Reports said the ATSB will deploy a team of transport safety investigators from its Perth, Brisbane, and Canberra offices specializing in human performance and aircraft operations and maintenance. And that ends the midday news on OSBC TV. Please join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.